Hey guys, and welcome back. And if you're new here, thanks so much for joining us today. Today is day, I think, 6, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's day 6 of 30 days of cooking with Angie. Really, it's going to be the month of March. And we're going to keep it simple because today was also a cooking day for Lexi and Lucy. Yes, I make homemade dog food, and I have shared that as a reel as well as shared it as a vlog. So I'm not making that as part of the March cooking vlogs. If you're interested in seeing how I make homemade dog food, I'll make sure to drop it in the description below, the link, as well as above in the cards. But if you're tuning in for the very first time, I am cooking in a really tiny space. I live in a 19-foot travel trailer. Inside, it's just 15 feet. So I am doing a full 360 here just so that you can see how tiny this space is. But mainly, we're going to be working with this tiny kitchen behind me. Today, we are going to be making basically red beans and rice with andouille sausage, onions, and peppers. I'm going to show you how I'm simplifying this because we can't make everything from scratch every single day. You'll see the girls' food has been dreamed. Today's recipe is going to be chicken, sweet potatoes, peas, carrots, and I still have to make their rice. But for us, we're going to be doing everything in one pot. So it's going to be a one-pot meal. I am basically going to follow the instructions on this Zatarain's red beans and rice box. This is how I'm cheating. I'm not doing my own beans. I'm not doing my own rice. And this is super delicious. But I'm elevating it by caramelizing and cooking down this andouille sausage, half a red pepper, and half an onion. So I'm going to get to slicing these babies and cooking them, same as this one. And then once all this is done, we'll throw this in and get it going. Lexi's hoping for some scraps. She smells her food came out of the Instant Pot and she's all excited about it. Oh, she's falling asleep with me talking to her. And outside, we've got Lou and Lucy just hanging out. Lou's reading and Lucy is people watching. We're currently at the Southern Palms RV Resort in Eustis, Florida. First things first, I think I'm going to work with the sausage first so that it can basically start caramelizing and cooking. And then while this is cooking, then I can throw in the rest of that. So let me see which knife I'm going to go with. Let's go with this one. And let's slice this packet open. I'm tempted to just do 2, not 3, because I mean, it's one box. It's not a lot. So this I'll just put in the fridge and make it with a breakfast one day. Turn it this way so that we can get some long, pretty pieces here. We want them sliced, but we want to slice diagonally just so that it looks prettier. I'm going to use my back burner just so that I have plenty of space here in the front. So let me turn on my high heat and get it going. So I think I'm going to lower it and bring it to about a medium high. And I'll just be stirring it occasionally. Let's go ahead and grab a little ladle. And now, while that's going, I'll go ahead and slice up the rest of this bell pepper because I used half of it yesterday. I'm not going to leave it as really long slices because I kind of want them to also be bite-sized. So I'm going to cut these slices in half. Now the onion. Yeah, definitely no wasting food here. So let's salvage what we can and then throw away whatever isn't good. The sausage is already smelling good. It's releasing its own oils. I'll show you my pan in a moment. So I didn't add any additional oil. I figured that the sausage, it's a fatty meat, so it's going to release its own oils. Let's show you what this looks like in here. See, I have a little oil gathering around. You're going to be using a fatty meat, no need to add oil to the pan. Once we throw the onions and peppers in here, we can go ahead and deglaze all of this because it's going to sweat. It's going to be very delicious. I'm not going to throw away any of this fat in here. Let's let that get nice and toasty before adding in the onions and peppers. While that meat is cooking, let me look at this package as a little reminder. So basically, we're going to pick a protein. We did. We're going to add 3 cups of water and the rice packet with the meat of our choice and 2 tablespoons of butter. We already got the meat cooking. I'm not going to add butter or olive oil because this has its own oils in it already. And once we add the rice and this water, we're going to bring it to a boil, cover it, and then let it cook for 25 minutes. When we cover it, we're going to reduce it from high to low. I think it's looking good. A bunch of the meat is already getting little caramelized pieces on it. So let's throw our veggies in. Once I see that the onions and the bell peppers have basically become translucent, then I will go ahead and proceed by adding the water and the rice. Let's give it an opportunity to render down, sweat it out, and then we can deglaze this pan with the sweat that the veggies release. It's already coming apart. So the pan has basically deglazed. You can see between the sweat of the peppers and onions and then the oils of the sausage. The onions and the onions mainly are pretty much translucent around the edges. The center is still a little whitish. So I'm going to let it cook for about another minute, stirring it occasionally until the middle becomes translucent as well. The more translucent it becomes, the sweeter and tender it'll be. You can definitely not go that extra step and continue the rest of the process cooking the rice now. Look at those onions right there. That's translucent all the way through. That one almost. But it's looking mighty nice. We're going to go ahead and start getting the rice going. Let's go ahead and start with a pack of rice. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Stir it together. And I opted to use chicken broth instead of water, just because I want to give it more flavor. And I kind of have jambalaya on the brain. I wish I would have had some chicken and shrimp to add to this as well. But you do you. Pick your broth of choice or use water. There's 2 and 3. I'm going to raise the heat to high because we need that to start boiling. And once it starts boiling, we will cover it and reduce the heat to low and set a timer. All right, we've got the bubbles building up. I would like to see more bubbles before I lower it and cover it. And we've got a rolling boil. There's a ton of little bubbles everywhere. I am going to go ahead and cover, reduce to low, and Alexa, set a timer for 25 minutes.
25 minutes, starting now.
Now that that is going, I am going to take a pause from the video with you guys and get back to finish cooking for the girls. I need to shred the chicken. I need to mash the sweet potatoes. And I think 25 minutes is more than enough time to do that. So I will check in with you after Alexa's timer goes off. Still chopping up my chicken. Alexa, stop. So what I'm going to do right now is basically turn off the heat. It's on low. And I'm going to move it out of the way. I have to get my little gorilla gloves from down here. Let's go ahead and do that. And get this off that hot part so that it can rest. I don't want to uncover it. I want the steam to stay in there. I haven't uncovered it at all so that it can stay nice and soft. So we'll check on that in about 5 minutes. Alexa, stop. All I gotta do is make rice for the girls, and then that's done. Let's go ahead and check on this. Ooh, that looks nice. Let's go ahead and stir it up and see what it really looks like. All right, got the camera positioned. Ooh, the rice still looks a little moist. I would have thought that it would have been more cooked. I usually cook my white rice for 30 minutes. I thought it was interesting that it said 25, but then again, it's prepackaged food, so I figured maybe it's already partially cooked. But let's give it a taste. Make sure this rice is tender. It smells amazing, and it looks great. Today I think I'm just going to serve this with avocado, not necessarily a full-blown salad. So let's see. Let me get a little piece of rice and beans by itself right here. And let's taste this. Let's see if it's tender enough. It's totally tender. This is what I don't like about prepackaged food, is that you can't control the salt. Like you saw, I didn't season it at all. No seasoning. It's just the flavoring that was in that packet with the rice and then the chicken broth. In my opinion, it's a little tad on the salty side. I like my food salty, but I think Lou's gonna find it a little too salty. Yeah, a little salty, right? Yeah. All right, let me get us served because we are hungry. It is 3:30. First meal of the day. Okie dokie, I've got the avocado served. It was a beautiful avocado, I might add. Lou actually served herself a little bit of crackers because in addition to it being a little bit on the salty side for her flavor, she also said that it had a kick to it. So I think some crackers will mellow that out. All right, let's show you guys what this looks like. Nice and served. A nice hefty plate of rice, beans, and sausage. Senorita.
Delicious. Smells like a jambalaya.
It smells like a jambalaya, definitely. I thought that adding the onions and peppers to it would really help with giving it that feel, as well as cooking it with chicken broth instead of water.
Salt and avocado?
I added a little bit of salt to the avocado. I didn't want to put a lot since the rice is really salty. Oh, you're going to give me a cracker too.
I might need it. Might need it.
Let's give it a try with everything. I got an onion, I got a pepper, I got a sausage. These are really like if you are on a crunch and need to cook, sometimes buying prepackaged stuff is okay. Um, just go the extra mile, add some extra ingredients to try to
Really yummy.
personalize it, right? Hmm.
That's really yummy.
We won't eat this every day.
But
Nowhere near.
well, I'm sure that's not what it tasted like to begin with anyway. You
Mhm.
added sausage, all that just gives you flavor more.
Woo! Yeah, that's hot. I'm glad she took out the crackers. Wowzers. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Um, if you enjoyed cooking with me today, definitely give me a thumbs up. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I love to share my cooking in our tiny rig with you as well as our adventures once March is over. Um, yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. Comment down below what are some shortcuts you take when cooking. Bye, guys.
Good.
I only did 2 out of the 3 andouille sausages because that 2 was more than enough for us. And I put the third one in the fridge. Maybe we can make it with breakfast one day. Gracias, señorita.
The crackers help, right?
The crackers help.